Welcome to the Logic Spaces website for Philosophy 124 Intermediate Logic. In this video, we'll give an overview of some of the main features of the site. On the left is a navigation window. Underneath each week is the course materials relevant for that week. There's both readings in the form of PDFs. You can read them online or download them by clicking this button. To read them online is a bit easier. If you minimize the navigation window, makes the text fill up the whole page. You can bring the navigation window by clicking the triple bar again. There will also be links to other videos of lectures. Some of those lectures will give you sample problems that are like the problems that are due that week. There's two kinds of exercises. There's a problem set. These are graded and required. And then there's practice problems. There will be 10 required problem sets, one for each week. They're due the following Monday by 8 p.m. You'll do the problems on applications on the web page. You'll both complete the problems, submit them, and have them graded and returned to you through the web page. Many of the applications will provide you with feedback as to whether or not you did the problem correctly. We think that this is absolutely crucial to learning in an effective way the material. The material isn't really a body of knowledge, but it's skills that you gain through practicing. Let's talk a little bit about the problem sets. As you can see, this first problem set has already been graded. Unfortunately, I didn't submit anything. I have a 0. I hope that doesn't happen to you. But there's no way to now fix it. The due date has passed, so make sure that you submit your answers prior to the due date and the deadline. Let's look at some of the problems that you'll be doing the first few weeks as we're doing propositional logic. One kind of problem will be a grammar problem. Don't worry yet about the material. You might not yet know how to do this problem. We'll teach you that, but I want to show you how the application itself works. Now for this problem, you're not giving any feedback. It's only allowing you to submit your answer because there's only two answers, yes or no. If we gave you feedback on this, it would make it so that you didn't think as you were doing the problem, you just submitted an answer. Suppose you think that this string isn't a sentence, you then select no, submit an answer. Now as long as the due date is in the future, I can return to the question and I can change my answer. And now I can decide, oh yes, in fact this is a sentence. I can then determine the degree of scope for each of these operators and submit my new answer, and that new submitted answer will replace the previously submitted answer. Only the most recent answer that you submit will be graded. However, if you make changes to your answer and navigate away from the problem, those changes aren't saved. The answer again reverts to your previously submitted answer. So if you want to save your work, you need to hit the submit button. On the practice problems, because the practice problems don't have a submit button, once you navigate away from a practice problem, all of your work will be lost and it will revert to its original state, as you can see. So if you want to save your work on your practice problem, you need to take a screenshot. Let's look at one of the other applications for doing derivations. There'll be some easy derivations in the first week. We'll start with that. It may be familiar already, although for many of you, you might have learned a different derivation system from the one that we'll be using in this class. But let's look a little bit at the site itself and some of the features of the site. Once you select a rule and a citation line, the system tells you instantly whether or not you correctly use that rule. And so you know right away whether or not you did the derivation correctly. Suppose that you misuse a rule. The system, again, it tells you by staying red that that's an illegal use of that rule, and that encourages you to go and rethink in your derivation. You'll know when you've done it successfully. All of your justifications will be blue. You can submit your answer. Again, as the derivations get a little harder, you may not be able to get the correct answer. You'll know that it's not correct. You should still submit your answer to get partial points. Once you hit submit, you can navigate away. Your work is saved. If you want to submit new work, different answer, again you have to hit submit. If you change your answer and don't hit submit and navigate away, it reverts to the previously saved answer. When you're finished with your session, you log out by clicking the icon on the right corner, and it reverts to the login page. We hope that you enjoy the course, you have a successful semester, and that you find the tools on the Logic Spaces website to be valuable learning tools.